Oceania storm arrived June 11th, and today we are covering Britain and Germany, along with some new card reviews from the expansion. Britain's Pacific campaign is closely tied to fighting in Burma. Years of brutal jungle warfare fought in punishing terrain and climate conditions. The British 14th Army became known as the Forgotten Army, rebuilding its tactics and logistics from the ground up to eventually push Japanese forces back through Burma. In Oceania storm, Britain focused on cars that didn't start in your deck, flexible utility tools, and powerful heavy bombers. We have already seen some of Britain's new arrivals. Let's review two more. The Universal Carrier was one of the most widely used armed vehicles of the war. More than 100,000 built and adapted for nearly every load imaginable. In KARDS, it reduces the cost of your plans and generates a blast whenever you play one. Simple, reliable, and it does exactly what it needs to. Aerial bombardment immediately deploys a Lancaster Mark I to your support line and shuffles it back to your deck at the end of the turn. One heavy bomber exactly when you need it, ready for cycle back for another mission later. Historically, rough Pathfinder units specialize in identifying and marking critical bombing targets for larger formations, precision enabling overwhelming force. Germany played almost no direct role in the Pacific theater, but its forces fought across some of the harshest battlefields of the war. From Eastern Front to North Africa and Italy, in Oceania storm, Germany centers around operating units repeatedly, with veteran effects helping sustain the pressure. We've already seen some of Germany's tools. Here are two more during the campaign. Sustained pressure deals damage equal to the number of credits you have spent operating units this turn. The longer your operation continues, the harder it hits. The inspiration comes from Luftwaffe bombardment of Stalingrad, where waves of repeated sorties inflict cumulative destruction day after day. The Hanko-Hay 59 supports your veteran strategy. Once per turn, whenever a friendly unit becomes a veteran, you gain a credit and draw a card. By the start of World War II, the aircraft itself was already outdated, but it continued serving transport, rescue, coastal patrol, and mine-laying roles throughout the war. Adaptable enough to remain useful long after its prime. That concludes today's briefing. Oceania storm lands June 11th, and brace for impact.